org to learn more.
KZOZ-FM, San Luis Obispo.
Oh, mask mandates. We've gotten to it a little bit.
Hashtag.
In passing.
Oh, man.
I'm not yesterday ready. It was released from the...
Mask mandates.
From the county of San Luis Obispo.
Dr. Penny Bornstein.
Doctor.
He actually seems like a very caring, thoughtful person.
Yeah, so here's some statistics
I know
that they're giving out.
Means well with this.
I would like a little bit more context. That's the only thing. 67,
Watch the press conference, man.
67 residents are hospitalized with severe COVID-19. 20 of those are in the ICU. That's the highest number of patients that we have seen ever during the point of the pandemic in the ICU and in the hospital. That's pretty big news, right? Like
this is the highest. Yeah, I did not realize that we were at the highest in the ICU and in the hospital. These are the highest numbers. That's at the beginning.
Yes, COVID-19
all because of Delta.
According to the Department of Public Health in San Luis Obispo County. Now, COVID-19 cases have increased during the month of August. In fact, we have 3,543 new cases and 18 deaths in the month of August, compared to only 163 cases in June and no deaths.
Well, the Delta variant wasn't here in the county yet. I know
those
that.
are eye-opening. Those are eye-opening statistics.
Yeah.
What I would like for more context behind those statistics are because they say getting vaccinated is our ticket out of hospital surges and increasing preventable death. I want to know how many of the new cases were breakthrough cases, and the breakthrough case is the people that are vaccinated getting infected.
So you want to know how many people are vaccinated versus unvaccinated that are in the hospital right now and in the ICU?
Yes, I want to know the hospital numbers and the ICU
that's easy
numbers.
That should be online.
It should be in these statistics that they published.
Did you go to
yesterday.
recoverslow.org?
I am on the slow count. I'm on the announcement.
Okay. Well, we can look it up. I mean,
I don't know that we can look
but go
it
to
up.
recoverslow.org, and I think it'll tell you.
Because as somebody who is a skeptic,
yes, you are,
but entertaining the idea of getting a vaccine,
it's important.
I would like as much information as possible. And when you leave information like that out, it grows my skepticism. So be thorough in your reporting, because you are the public health department. I want to know what those numbers are.
I have a phone number you can try. 781-5500.
Okay.
That's the...
I'll call them.
That's the health department here in the county. You can ask them. I'm sure they would have that number for you.
I say, how many of the 3,543 new cases were breakthrough? And of the people that died, how many of them were fully vaccinated? And of the people that are hospitalized with severe COVID, how many of those have been fully vaccinated? I just want to know. Because if you give me a good number, I'm probably going to run to go get the vaccine. If you give me a number that is like, I'm still going to sit on the sidelines a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at some numbers. I'm going to keep looking. I mean, it says right here, 60% of the county has been fully vaccinated. 68% has been partially, meaning they still have to get their second shot.
Yeah, but
31%
that's all.
is unvaccinated.
Those are all just numbers.
Yeah, those are numbers.
All numbers.
But you want the hospital numbers.
You're going to throw numbers at me. I'm going to throw questions at you, and I want to know how many of those cases, of those numbers that you're throwing at me, which are huge numbers.
Let's grab the phones. We got some people calling in. Maybe it's Dr. Penny. Hi, what's your name?
Dave.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, you guys talk such a big talk. Why don't you call him right now?
Yeah, I mean, we can, but I mean, it's probably going to be put on hold for a little bit. So, I mean, we can do it off the air.
How do you know unless you try?
Back.
Okay, we'll call them.
We got a guy on the phone who just made a phone call into the health department. Jeff's been trying to get through. Go ahead, buddy. What did you find out? Let me turn this music down real quick. Go ahead.
Hey, so your question about the breakthrough cases, I called and got some numbers on that.
I called the number you gave, 781-5500.
Yeah,
That's
it.
why all agents are busy.
Yeah, and Jeff's on hold with them right now. So I'm on the website. The website doesn't really break it down. It says there's 67 people in the hospital, 20 in the ICU, but it doesn't say who's vaccinated and who's not. And that's what we were curious of.
Yeah, the lady gave me a number of the people that are COVID-19 positive right now. It's 23%, and those are vaccinated people.
Those are 23% of the people that are hospitalized?
Yeah, are vaccinated.
They've gotten vaccinated. Okay.
Yes.
So 23% of 67 is vaccinated.
Yeah.
So that means the rest are not.
Did you ask her about ICU?
No, I didn't ask her about the ICU patients, but
I mean, hospitalized.
I'm on the fence too about I want some numbers too. Like Jeff stated.
Yeah.
And so I was curious. I called, and she gave me that number, and so I'm relaying that to you.
Okay.
No, thank you for doing that, because Jeff's still trying to get through. I think maybe a bunch of people might have started calling like you did.
Help that Jeremy gave out the number and then talked about Cam Newton for 5 minutes.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Yep, thank you.
Hi, good morning, KZOZ.
Hi, I have a question. If you guys, I'm driving, so I would do it myself. So if you call the health department, here's another question. Most of the county, you're saying 68% are vaccinated. Most of them were probably vaccinated in June, because I know this county was like high into it really quick. So if the numbers were that low in June, I would like to know what the percentage of vaccinations were in June. And if it was still the same or pretty relatively high, then why all of a sudden are we getting so many cases in August if not that many more people got vaccinated?
And I think what they would tell you is what I've heard, and that is because the Delta variant wasn't prevalent in this county back in June that they know of. It wasn't prevalent here until late July into August.
Right. I understand that it's the Delta, but I'm asking then if so many people, if the same amount of people were vaccinated or, close to it in June, then that would mean that there are breakthrough cases and that the vaccine is not particularly stopping the Delta portion of it.
Well, the guy just called in, said that it was, he got through with Jeff's trying to get somebody on the line right now. They keep putting him on hold. That's why we didn't do this live on the radio. That 23% of the 67 people in the hospital have been fully vaccinated. That's according to a gentleman that called in that got through to the San Luis Obispo County Health Department. 23%.
23%. Interesting. Well, thanks a lot. I was just driving and thinking about it.
No worries.
I'm a little bit hesitant, so I'm still trying to figure it all out.
Hey, we could do it better together, right? Better together.
Right. Exactly. Thanks a lot.
We'll work it out.
I can't do this all on my own. No, I know I'm no Superman.
All right.
Team. I got a different number than the 20. What was it, 26?
23%, yeah.
But, I mean, these numbers are kind of low, so there could have been like one would skew it quite a bit from a percentage standpoint. So, I mean, if there was one off on that, then it would make sense, I guess. 15% is what I got.
Oh, wow, this is a completely different number. So 50% of the people that are currently in the hospital have been fully vaccinated.
Yes.
This gentleman said 20.
I followed up on the number of the deaths, and she said, I can only give you the numbers since June, the deaths since June. And she said that 21% of the people that passed were vaccinated.
Through me.
So we called the health department.
No, I know all that.
We asked them, what does breakthrough?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they're calling it.
Cases that are in people that are fully vaccinated.
Okay.
I didn't know that either. Jeff threw this at me. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, breakthrough? And apparently,
So
a breakthrough case means they had been fully vaccinated and still got COVID. And so that's
did they mention that it was less severe at all? Or?
Well, I asked. I
did
just
they
asked
mention
for
there's
sheer numbers.
79% that didn't get vaccinated that did get it? A much larger
79%.
Did you ask him if
on the 21?
Jeff? Did you ask him if the breakthrough cases patients were more constipated than the non-breakthrough cases?
I'm not harping on the 21. In fact, I want to actually give more realistic to it, because if there were indeed 20 deaths since June, 21% sounds like a huge number, but in reality, it's like 3.
20% of what? Yeah.
Yeah, of 20.
Oh,
So you're talking about 21% of like 19 or something. It was 18.
Yeah,
my math was
round to fifth.
3.78, but I'm sure it was like more like 4. So if it was 3 or 4 deaths, and we don't know what the extenuating circumstances of those previous conditions. So maybe 21 is not that damning of a number. It sounds big on the surface, but maybe it's not. I guess you don't really know until you know all
unless
the
it was
context.
somebody you knew that died, then it'd be a different perspective.
Well, I would know one of the instances. Then I wouldn't know what the other 2 or 3 were.
But anyways,
we got
where's your mask?
It's here.
You got it in your pocket?
Yeah, where's yours?
By the way,
It's right here.
She also said.
And your point?
Now, somebody called
I'm
in.
just saying, you got to have it on
No,
you now.
actually, I was driving in and I heard on the news and I was like, oh, I didn't realize because it went in effect in midnight. So
Yeah.
I hadn't been anywhere yet, so I was like,
Yeah.
That gentleman called in. He
Got out
said
of the
he
glove
called
box.
the number and he got a 23%
Yeah, his number was different.
I got a 15% number when I called the number, and I did the math on that based on the amount of people that are in the hospital right now. That would be 10 cases were breakthrough. If indeed 15%.
So that's the number you're looking for, the breakthrough number?
I want to know. Yes, I want to know
what's the whole
how
point of this whole thing?
effective the vaccine is in protecting me. That's what I want to know.
What do you need to hear to get that? I mean, you're looking for a number, or are you just
I want to know
keeping score?
for my risk reward.
Well, what's the risk?
The risk is putting a vaccine in your body
A chip,
that might
right.
not be that effective. And I want to know how effective it is before I put it in my
Well, how
body.
effective has it got to be? I mean, are you looking for a number or just what?
Yeah, I am, and I don't. I mean, I don't know if you gamble at all.
No,
but
actually,
do
I'm
you
not,
ever
right.
play odds? I mean, that's what I'm doing in
I
this
play
instance.
the percentages. I mean, if you lock your car, no one's
Right.
going to break in. If you close the window
Yes.
and unlock it, there's still a good chance somebody's going to reach in.
But if I have a
it's odds.
15%,
Unless they have a rock or a crowbar, I'll break the window.
so if I have a 15% chance of losing a bet, I'm not
But it's a
going
deterrent.
to bet the house on it.
No,
I might bet
what?
a
You're not
lot on
betting
it.
the house.
I might bet a lot. You
so
don't
you're
know
thinking
that.
you can die
You
from a
don't know that.
vaccination, but not the disease.
I don't know that.
Of course you don't.
Long term, we don't know.
I know.
So
That was my thing all along. It's like-
there's been studies that have come out of Israel that have shown that natural immunity is
Right.
more effective than vaccine immunity.
And the thing is, both you guys, there's a lot of people on both sides. We have a bunch of people that called in this morning that haven't got it yet, and they're kind of with Jeff. They kind of would like to know some more information. And
that's
it's
all
not
we're doing.
readily
we're just trying
available
to seek out the more information
on the
That's it.
website. So we called, and we're gonna actually do some more investigating into this, and maybe tomorrow we'll have some better numbers. And I would feel a little bit better about that. But we're running out of time. It's Seth's show now.
But,
so
I mean, yeah, you're going to run into, find a truth you can believe in,
But no, that's not it. I'm actually a consumer who is concerned, and I want to know what my risk versus my reward is in this one.
Yeah.
As anybody should do in anything that they do in life. The risk versus the reward.
So there you go.
You run a red light, there's a lot of risk there.
But we know, I mean, you two are not, and I am. I'm not saying, you have to. Everybody should have to. I mean,
You're
it's
lying
your choice.
Now you're lying because
So now
Jeremy.
you're going to go and call me a liar?
Because Jeremy's vaccinated.
No, he's not.
Yes, he
He's
is.
lying
I told
about
you
it.
yesterday I was.
And then you were just like,
You know what
laughing
your
about it.
problem
You were
is?
joking.
You're just so passive aggressive. Listen, all right. If I
Did
tell
you
you
get-
something,
did you get
I'm not
vaccinated?
gonna. Do you know me to lie about anything else?
Well, but you laughed after it, and then you were like, "See,
Keep you guessing. Keep you guessing.
I don't care. I don't." And the thing is, let
You don't
everybody
care.
get it, and let them all.
Hey,
we'll all go
come
down
here.
together.
Give me a
I'm
hug.
not saying-
Give me a hug.
The reason
don't
why,
care.
Seth, the reason why I even want
I'm
to know
older than you
is
guys. I don't care about death
the
anymore.
reason why I want to know is because I want to know if I should get it. That's the only reason why I want to know. And that's the only reason why
Part
anybody
2
should
of
want to
this
know.
is
And
tomorrow.
also,
9:45. Make sure
it'd be
you're
nice
here.
to have some options in this game.
Part 2.
How are the Seahawks looking this year?
93.3 KZOZ FM San Luis. Bispo, rock